Welcome back to Sport World, your home of sports news. Let's get right into it. Brighton scored 3 times in 18 second-half minutes to fight back from 2 goals down to stun Tottenham and claim a 3-2 win after an entertaining encounter at Amex Stadium. Spurs were on course for a 6th consecutive victory at all competitions when Brennan Johnson and James Maddison struck before halftime to put Ange Postecoglou's men in control. That made it 6 goals in 6 matches for Johnson, but Brighton boss Fabian Hürzeler introduced Pervis Estupinan at the break, and the Seagulls were transformed with Yankuba Mina able to reduce the deficit in the 48th minute. The impressive Jorginho Rudder leveled 10 minutes later with a fine finish before ex-Arsenal forward Danny Welbeck completed the comeback when he headed home what proved the winner after 66 minutes. Victory for Brighton earned them another scalp after they beat Manchester United in August and took points off Arsenal, but Spurs were brought back down to earth after a decent run to show there is plenty of work left to do for Postecoglou. This match had been titled the High Line Derby due to the bold approach adopted by both managers with their defensive lines, and it took barely 20 seconds for the risk element to be exposed by Tottenham. Robert Lewandowski's 26-minute hat-trick steered La Liga leaders Barcelona 3 points clear of Real Madrid with an emphatic 3-0 win at Alaves on Sunday. The Polish striker reached 10 goals for the season in 9 league games, stretching his lead as the division's top goalscorer with the first-half treble. Champions Madrid beat Villarreal on Saturday to pull level with Barcelona, but the Catalans strolled to a comfortable triumph at Alaves Mendes Rosa Stadium to continue a strong start to the campaign under new coach Hansi Flick. "I get a lot of good passes and so it's easier for me to score goals," Lewandowski told reporters. "Today in the first half we played well from the first minute. We wanted to attack and score goals. If you score 3 goals in the first half, then in the second you can play with everything under control." Barca secured their 8th victory in 9 La Liga matches by taking control from the start. In England, Sir Jim Ratcliffe was giving nothing away following Manchester United's goalless draw with Aston Villa as Erik Ten Hag's fate continues to hang in the balance. Scrutiny on the beleaguered Dutchman had grown significantly ahead of Sunday's seismic showdown between United and Villa. The match eventually ended 0-0 to potentially hand Ten Hag some much-needed respite. Ratcliffe was in attendance at Villa Park alongside his right-hand man, Sir Dave Brailsford, the club's new sporting director, Dan Ashworth, and chief executive, Omar Barada. But the Ineos chief made a swift getaway after the final whistle, while Ratcliffe was quick to depart. Ashworth and Barada were seen sharing a brief word, per BBC Sport. United's top brass have a board meeting scheduled on Tuesday where Ten Hag's position is expected to be discussed. Bayern dropped points for the second week in a row with a disappointing choke away to Eintracht Frankfurt on Sunday. Bayern Munich started the game on the front foot and took the lead after 15 minutes with a well-taken side-footed finish from Kim Min-jae after Thomas Muller cut the ball back to him following a corner. Eintracht Frankfurt then scored from their first shot of the game, midway through the first half, as Omar Marmoush fired home to continue his excellent form to start the season. Then, typically, with 10 minutes to go in the first half, they scored from their second shot. As Hugo Ekitike scored following a fast break from the host, Bayern would soon be level, however, as Dayot Upamecano fired a loose ball to be the second Bayern center-back to score. The sides went into the halftime interval at 2-2, 8 minutes into the second half, and Bayern retook the lead, with Michael Olise scoring his 4th Bundesliga goal of the season after being teed up by Harry Kane. For minutes into stoppage time, disaster struck. Marmoush scored his 2nd goal of the game to give the hosts a share of the spoils, leaving Bayern only top of the Bundesliga standings ahead of RB Leipzig on goal difference. That would be all for now. Like this video, subscribe and turn on the notification icon to never miss out on the action.